I want to welcome you this morning to Sensory Science. And I've created many fun, easy experiments for you to try at home. We're going to begin with magic mud. And the ingredients are cornstarch and water. And I have a secret special ingredient that I'm going to add in a few minutes. So we start off with about a cup of cornstarch and a cup of water. And you can do this in an aluminum foil tray, a plastic tub, even a frying pan. And you slowly take your hand and mix it around. And start to try and grab it. And when you see that it's still a little dry, you add some more water. It is so much fun to play with. And something magical happens as you play with it. When you grab it, squeeze it hard, and it's like a solid. But then, if you let it drip, it liquefies. So, magic mud solidifies and liquefies at the same time. And it's so cool just to have fun and play with it and try and grab it. That's the trick. Try and grab it and hold on to it. And what you can do to add to it, to make it really interesting, this is just soap and water. It is so easy to get off. I have the rag just to dry. What you can do to make it super fun is add extracts. This happens to be vanilla extract. And the way to smell this is you take your hand and gently whisk it into your nose. And I've used coconut extract, lemon extract, and you just take a teaspoon, measuring spoons, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and put it in there. And you can swish it around and then play with it again. And now it smells. And the way you keep this so you can reuse it is you keep it on a shelf with it open. You don't have to put a cover on it, and it starts to dry out. And the way to reuse it and play with it again the next day is you just add more water. And it is so neat to play with. And your challenge when you play with this is try and make a solid ball. See if you can keep it in a ball. Loads and loads of fun. Magic mud. And again, it's equal parts. So a cup of cornstarch and a cup of water. Now I'm going to move on to something fun with shaving cream. And I'm going to sing a special song that goes along with this. And a lot of you know this song. We have to shake, shake, shake the shaving cream. Shake, shake, shake the shaving cream. Shake, shake, shake the shaving cream. Shake it all day long. Now, again, you can squirt this in an aluminum tray, a bowl, a frying pan, a baking pan. For now, I'm just going to put it right on the table. And what you do is you use your hands and you have fun playing with it. And I like to create fun things in shaving cream. So you take your finger and you can make a circle or the letter O and erase it. You can make an uppercase capital A and erase. Or you could make a lowercase a and erase. You could make the sunshine. It's a cloudy day today, but again, it might rain, which is wonderful for our plants growing. Make a smiley face and erase it. Fun all day long in shaving cream. And again, you can get it off and by pushing the shaving cream back on, and you have loads more fun to play with. And again, just rinse it. Rinse your hands in soapy water. Easy, fun, comes right off. You can keep a dish towel handy if you want. Just a can of shaving cream. The next thing I'm going to show you is called clean mud. The ingredients for clean mud. You need some kind of grater. You need an adult to help you, whoever's at home. And you need tissue paper. And what you do is you take tissue paper, and I know how you love to tear. Tearing is so much fun. You take the tissue paper and you tear. And you can use 5 sheets of tissue paper. If you want a lot, use 10 sheets of tissue paper. And you just tear it up. I've already created a lot in here. Make sure the pieces are about this size. This is a good size. Then you take a bar of soap. I use ivory soap. I like how that works out. You can use any kind of bar soap. And you take this very carefully, and this is where you need an adult to help you. Mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt or uncle, whoever is at home with you. And you take your bar of soap and you gently grate it. This is called a grater. And you grate it in. You see that? And you can use a whole bar of soap. Just watch your fingers. Make sure an adult is doing this with you. And you put this aside and you get little curly cubes of the bar soap. So it's bar soap, tissue paper, and a half a cup of warm water. And you swirl it around. And you use your hands and you start to squeeze it and mush it. And squeeze it and mush it. And if there's still clumps of a lot of soap, you can take another tissue paper and just put it in there. And it feels really cool. I wonder if any of you have ever felt mashed potatoes. So they say that clean mud feels like mashed potatoes. And the toilet paper mixes in with the tissue paper, and you can make sculptures. And this can harden. So if you leave this overnight and observe it the next day, you'll see that it turns a little hard. But this is really neat. You can flatten it. You can roll it up in a ball again And it's just clean, easy, fun mud, clean mud. And again, to get it off your hands, so easy. This is just soapy water. And your hands smell wonderfully clean. Now, we're going to move on to an exciting activity. We are going to erupt a volcano. So I want to go over the ingredients for the volcano. This is a volcano that I made, and my daughters helped me make it. The ingredients for this is 2 cups of flour, a half a cup of salt, and 3/4 cup of water. And you put that all in a bowl and you knead it. That means you flip it over and squeeze it. Then you have to bake it. You put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour and keep your eye on it. I will send out this recipe to you. So this is the volcano, and we are going to make lava. So the ingredients for lava is 1 cup of vinegar, a tablespoon of dish soap, food coloring. I chose red because when I look at real erupting volcanoes on television, or I read about them, red reminds me of the hot lava that oozes out of the volcanoes. And the last ingredient is baking soda. So what you do is you put a cup of vinegar in a dish. Then you put a tablespoon of dish soap in the vinegar. Give it a very gentle mix. Then you take your food coloring and you put 8 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you give it a little stir. Now, you take your baking soda, and when you're making your volcano, make sure you make a hole big enough at the top. You use your thumbs and push it around while you're making the volcano, and you dump the baking soda. Now, I use an eyedropper. You don't have to, you can use a spoon. So I'll show you what happens. So you gently squeeze the vinegar, dish soap, and food coloring up and over. It's safe, it's fun, and it slowly starts to erupt. And if you don't have an eyedropper at home, you can use a spoon. And what's happening is the vinegar and food coloring and dish soap mixed with baking soda has an eruption. It's the volcano oozing lava down the sides of the volcano. It is fun and it is safe. And the fun thing about this is when it stops oozing, you can go ahead and add more baking soda. I'm adding a teaspoon right on top. And then I will add more of the vinegar, dish soap, and food coloring. And you can keep going and going and going with it. If you want to get creative, you can add a different colored food coloring into here and experiment with it. I wonder what's going to happen when I add blue food coloring. What do you suppose? Take a guess. You can hypothesize what might happen when you add a different color. I'm going to add a little bit more with a spoon. I'm showing you to use a spoon too, but you have to pour it gently and slowly. Over the volcano. And it actually looks like an erupting volcano. So that is that experiment. And that is our sensory science experiments for today. Now I wanted to go show you some of the plantings that we did a couple of weeks ago and what's been happening with all of our plants. So let's take a look at this. This is our string bean seeds. They have been growing. And I wanted to mention, there is no soil or dirt in here, but yet they still grow. Now, one of them you can see is not growing. And that's why I always put 4 seeds, because it's an experiment and you never know what's going to happen when you plant them. So always put 4 in a bag. This is our garlic, which is really taking off with the roots. And this was a cherry tomatoes came in here. And now the string bean seeds are popping out and growing out of the cherry tomato. And there's also the marigolds. And look, it's peeking through a hole. The marigold found a hole and it's growing right through it. And you can take care of this and keep this for many, many weeks. And this I started, and this was talking about capillary action and how plants have capillary tubes and the water is moving upward. But take a look. All I did was put food coloring in water. And what's happening? The leaves are turning blue at the tippy top. So the water is going up through the stem and it's blue. So the blue water is getting into the leaves, showing you how a real plant gets its water. And this is the friendly grass head. Now, I must tell you, I had to trim its face the other day because if you look on the back, this is how long it's growing. So I just took a scissor and I cut around the face and just keep it wet and it will continue growing. And you can look at these seeds are growing. These are the string bean seeds and a little marigold seed. And I'm going to line up the rainbows. I just wanted to mention a fast and easy way to clean up shaving cream. If you just decide to put it on a table, you take dry tissue paper that you could use for the clean mud and just wipe it. easy cleanup. I want to put out the rainbow bottles that hopefully you are making at home. And on a sunny day, when the sun shines through, you will see a rainbow. The last thing we have to do is take care of Candy's cousin. Let's see if he's hungry today. He misses all of you very much too. Let's see if he's going to eat. Candy's cousin ate. Hooray! He's hungry. I hope you all have enjoyed our sensory science. Again, fun, easy experiments for you to use your senses, your sense of smell, your sense of touch, and your sense of sight. So long, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.